So I was doing a video on quarantine body transformations, and then I saw something that absolutely blew my mind in my research. And it's the fact that, of course, we're getting a nice little look at NBA teams and NBA players now that players and teams are starting to practice together again. Which, by the way, thank God, I absolutely missed basketball. It's been driving me insane, so it's really good to have it back. But some of these players, more specifically two players of the Los Angeles Lakers, got insanely freaking huge. Like, this has to be some sort of joke. Like, I understand, if you guys remember, about a year ago, there was this hilarious photoshopped picture of Alex Caruso going around, and he literally looked like he was on steroids. We're talking about like full Mike Bibby mode here. And now there's an actual video of both Alex Caruso and Rajon Rondo that is, oh my freaking god, dude, these guys are ready for the playoffs. Now, before we get started, I wanted to give a shout out to the people that I took the footage from, mainly Hoop Jab. Shout out to him. Make sure to check out his channel. I'm going to leave the watermark in the video. And also, before we get started, guys, I have a really good friend who recently had a son, but unfortunately his son got a liver infection. And pretty much what he needs is someone with the blood type A or O to donate a portion of his liver in order to hopefully save his son's life. Now, if you do donate 5 to 12% of your liver, which is what he's going for, it will grow back. So if you're feeling in the mood to save someone's life, either DM me on Instagram or email them at findyakovaliver@gmail.com. And if you can't afford your trip to LA, I'll fly you out personally and I'll hang out with you once you are recovered. Now that we got all of that out of the way, cue the freaking music. This is insane. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Your boy TheFlightMike back again with some pretty insane NBA content. You guys already know there's a huge smile on my face for two reasons. One, it's been a freaking minute since I've made some really good, high-quality NBA newsworthy content. NBA news is becoming more and more relevant again, which means your boy is going to be at work, busy as hell, getting these videos done for you. So do your boy a favor, leave a like, subscribe, turn on my notifications. There's a chance YouTube isn't really getting out as many of my videos to you guys as they were before because, well, the NBA wasn't as trendy as it was before, but we're getting back to it now. So here's the first player that we need to discuss. It's Alex Caruso. Now, I've said this before. In the very beginning, if there's one player that is having a make or break, I don't want to say, I was about to say season, but a make or break 3 months or a make or break time when the NBA restart starts and when the bubble begins, it's Alex Caruso. As soon as Avery Bradley said he's sitting out, a lot of people believe that, okay, J.R. Smith is going to take his position. Dude, that is not the case. That is definitely not the case. Alex Caruso has already been balling it up way before Avery Bradley sat down. He's made significant strides as a defensive player this season, as he was able to increase his defensive box plus minus from a 0.7 last season to a 2.4 this season. He was also able to increase his win shares to 2.2, and although his PER took a little dip, you can't really blame him because he shares a floor with multiple superstars. But many Laker fans know that whenever they need to call upon Alex Caruso, more likely than not, he will always make the right play, and he's been significantly more reliable down the stretch. Now, here's the thing. This is going to be a true test for him because he's going to get significantly more minutes now. And Frank Vogel's a huge fan of him. LeBron James is a huge fan of his. I personally expect the 25-year-old Alex Caruso to get significantly more minutes than J.R. Smith during the NBA playoffs because J.R. Smith is just being integrated to the offense. Dion Waiters is just being integrated into the offense. And both of those players are high-volume, low-efficiency scorers, or in J.R. Smith's case, he's more of a spot-up shooter. Alex Caruso is probably the best the Lakers have in terms of two-way potential. And I think that message was really conveyed to him, because if you look at him over here, this guy has put on a significant amount of muscle. And this time, it's not some sort of clickbait Photoshop that is showing this off. He actually got absolutely freaking jacked over the offseason. Look at him. He's gotten significantly bigger, and you could tell in this workout that was posted by Hoop Jab. Now look, I understand I've said some fairly controversial stuff. For all you know, Alex Caruso could go back to his old role, but I just don't see that happening. He has the best two-way shooting guard that the Los Angeles Lakers currently have, and I see them depending on him more than any other shooting guard that they currently have now that Avery Bradley is not going to join the team in the bubble. If you disagree, let me know who you think would start in the place of Alex Caruso, but currently, in my mind, I would not be surprised if he's the Lakers starter going forward. And if he absolutely balls out in Orlando, he's going to be due for a huge contract in the future. Bear in mind that his contract expires at the end of next season, so you best believe that he's going to do his absolute best to make a good name for himself in Orlando so he can be placed in a good position next season and hopefully have a bigger role for the Lakers next season as well. Now, Alex Caruso's transformation is obviously crazy, but the one transformation that absolutely melted my freaking brain is Rajon Rondo. Like, look at him. He actually looks like his body actually looks very similar to Dwight Howard's. He wasn't this big before. Like here, before I show you the full clip, can I show you how he looked like in this Swish Cultures Chris Johnson Hoops training session that he did in the summer of 2018? This is how Rajon Rondo looked like in 2018. So I'm sure you could tell his upper chest kind of looks similar. He definitely got leaner, but take a look at his shoulders in this workout. It looks completely different in 2020. And I think I know why he did it. I think there's multiple reasons why he did it. For one, we all know that Rajon Rondo has a little bit of a beef with Patrick Beverley, and you already know that he's going to do his best to absolutely muscle down Patrick Beverley if the Lakers get into a series versus the Clippers. But even furthermore, I think Rajon Rondo understands how important it is to be an A1, A+ defender for the Los Angeles Lakers. I think he understands that if he's able to put on muscle, one, he will be able to get better takes to the basket, which I don't really think he struggled with finishing at the cup to begin with, but I feel like this has more to do with his versatility on the defensive side of the ball. Him being able to take on the Russell Westbrooks and the James Hardens, although, taking on James Harden is practically an impossible task, but in terms of brute strength, he will at least be able to match up with Russell Westbrook a little bit. He won't get as dominated if he does put that muscle on, and you have to understand that Rajon Rondo is going to be going up against some bullies when the NBA season resumes. Now, bear in mind, this is also Rajon Rondo's probably his best chance to win a championship in about 10 years with the Los Angeles Lakers. The last time he was placed in this great of a position was when the Boston Celtics lost to the Los Angeles Lakers in the 2010 season in Game 7. That was Kobe Bryant's final championship. Rest in peace, Kobe. Now, I was taking a look at Rajon Rondo's defensive box plus minus statistics, and obviously early on in his career, Rondo was kind of known to be more of a savant on defense because, well, one, he had a very defensive-minded head coach in Doc Rivers, and two, he had really good defensive players on his team. Players like Kendrick Perkins, Kevin Garnett, Tony Allen were all known for being incredible defenders. So once you have great defenders on your team, you're going to be placed in the position to create more defensive plays yourself. But on top of that, as his career went on and he became more of a journeyman, he became a little bit less effective as a defensive player. And last year, he started becoming a little bit more effective as a defensive player again. Last year, he had a 0.2 defensive box plus minus. This year, he has a 0.0. So I'm thinking that the reason he's doing this is mainly so he could up his defensive game a little bit and to hopefully be able to absorb more contact when he goes to the rim. Let me know what you guys think about these two players' transformations. Am I overanalyzing something here? Is there another player that you think I should have made this video on? Do you think there's another player that had a crazy transformation that deserves a dedicated video? Because if you do, let me know in the comment section down below or DM me on Instagram. Aside from that, I'm your boy, TheFlightMike, and I'll catch you guys in the next upload.